Hello, and welcome to another update video about Polkadot. So the dot chart is moving in a sideways range at the moment. We talked about that in the last few videos. More than before, since this week, since the Monday drop, I see this just as a sideways range, marked by the green and the red lines. Lower boundary line here around $3.60, upper boundary line represented by the March high and the December high. And yeah, you can see we're pretty much at the same levels as in August and September, which really doesn't show a really great it doesn't show that dot is particularly strong. It just reveals the underlying weakness. Someone said earlier today to me that but a rally from here obviously gives you a much better return, doesn't it? I said, well, I mean, I can only highlight the weakness. This is a range. You can trade the range. We are at the support area. We're close to the lower boundary line. I mean, I'm not saying that you couldn't trade this. You can, of course, trade this if it works for you and your trading plan. But from a structural point of view, if you compare what it did compared to other coins, there's just nothing that would indicate any strength, right? I mean, on the shorter time frame, we have a possible setup, but we've got that across the sector, and these are not particularly strong setups at the moment because the bounce from the Monday low after the crash, I mean, the bounce across the sector is extremely questionable. It's not very strong, and it looks like a three-wave rally. For those of you who don't know what that means, well, from an Elliott wave point of view, a three-wave rally, it's not an uptrend, right? It's just a counter-trend move. At best, it indicates indecision, right? And that's what we see in the markets. Yeah, what we see in the markets. So it is a range, and of course, it could go up, it could go down, but we're in the range. So there is nothing meaningful. There is no progress happening here until we see a clear five-wave move. The five-wave move, if we see it, if there is one, would indicate the trend wants to go this way. As long as the movements are back-to-back corrective, there isn't anything that would indicate we go to all-time highs or even break out to the upside. So it's a range. So you can trade the range. We just have to accept it is a range at the moment. But on the smaller time frame, within the range, we obviously have some structures that we can watch. There are some levels and areas of interest. And one of these particularly is this one here that I highlighted already. So yesterday and the days before, it's this zoomed in, right? This is everything zoomed in. You see that we are close to that 360 level down here. You see that there was an initial bounce from the low and a corrective pullback, which is characterized by a lot of chaotic up and down movement. This could continue for a little while. I see this as a pullback, as a correction in potentially a B wave, which would allow for a rally in wave C afterwards. Now, again, for context, this would all be part of this larger Elliott wave triangle I'm tracking here. So it's nothing groundbreaking, expected here. For now, I think it looks likely that we'll test at least $4.30, maybe even $4.07. But a break above this A wave high, which is the Monday high, at around $5.28 would be a decent signal that a low is in. The earliest signal we could get is a break above this. Is it the Friday high? Yeah, it's the intraday high, located at around $4.93. I would say this is a small signal. It's not so important. But ultimately, what really matters is that the bulls turn up before the price breaks below $4.07. We normally don't want a break below the 78.6 retracement, in this case $4.07, or at least not a sustained break. So these are the parameters that really matter, and I can tell you there is absolutely no sign at the moment that a low is in. If you're interested, I mean, you could also follow this channel. It's a parallel trend channel. I think it looks a bit like that, maybe like that. I don't think it's too relevant, but it would minimally take a break above this trend line to suggest that some kind of an upside reversal is underway. That's the update about DOT. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.